up, homies? It's your boy. Well, not your boy, I am a man, and YouTube would wish that I was a boy.
Bluetooth mode.
Probably send me to California as soon as possible and give me a $1 million contract if I was 25 years younger than me. I tell you straight up, I get what this system is. The biggest names on YouTube, I can guarantee you, have very, very close ties with the people who run YouTube. Doesn't that seem strange? Super disappointed in YouTube, in all the YouTube staff and the YouTube Creator Awards team that I don't even know, like, you must be best friends with Mr. Beast, that's all I got to say. How do I explain this scenario? Do you ever know that something is fraudulent? You can't really put your finger on exactly how to describe it, but, well, or maybe you're also kind of wary to do so, just because of the fact, they watch. So, here's the thing, people who are kid diddlers will often play small video games with kids, right? So kid diddlers will hang out with other kids, right? Anybody ever heard of a game called Minecraft? Now let's look up how old Mr. Beast is. So let's see how old he is. I forget his name. He changed his name to Mr. Beast. Age. Let's see how old this guy is. That is the creepiest photo I have ever seen. two suspects charged with speed competition? Unreal. Let's look up luring kids and then type in his exact name. Okie dokie. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, I'm done on YouTube, I can tell. I don't even like doing this anymore, you know. I haven't liked doing YouTube for a while. That's why, if you've noticed, I haven't done the show for The Late Show is the last fun thing that I did on this show, on this channel. I don't find myself, I don't think I value any of the people that are here except for, you know, a handful, which is, I'm not fake, right? So I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, hey, how's it going? And 90% of you will never see me shake my hand in person, like, even if you're my neighbor. 99% of you would never. I wouldn't hang out with a lot of you, right? So, how do you explain that to people without being like completely mean, right? And it's not a mean statement; it's a truthful statement, right? I very rarely find people that I'm interested in hanging out with. More and more, even people I've known, no longer interested in hanging out with me, right? Their ideals are too simplistic, you know. The normalcy of Norman is too much for me. The normalcy. So I value people who value honesty, right? A hard work ethic is hard to find on YouTube, right? Very hard to find. There are a few that have a decent work ethic, but many do not. Your idols complain about trimming the sparsest plants. I would have that bunk little tiny room Buddy grew there. I'd have that room down in an hour, and I would have it all in a garbage bag or a burn pile, and it would all be in the burn pile because it didn't even make it to maturation, right? I mean, most people don't even understand the term maturation due to the lack of maturity you possess, right? But full maturation is, most people will never see it in their plants, right? You don't even know what you're doing. You're like, well, just water all the time, just do this. It's like, so you've never actually fact checked to see, right? Out of 10 of your plants, one of them looks half decent, the rest look like garbage. And I mean, when I say half decent, I'm being honest with you. There are small children, you know, who can't read or write that can grow better than you in every country around the world. If you're on YouTube right now and you're a grower. I've grown so many plants, and when I say I've grown so many, most of you grow like 5 or 10, you know, and you're like, oh, this is a big deal, bro. Man, you don't even know what sweating it is, bruh. All these rappers and anybody who thinks they're famous, you know, you're all a pawn. You're a shill. You're literally a dumpster for some CEO. You just don't even, you don't even know it, yo. That's why I didn't get where I wanted to be, because I will not be some pawn, some minion for some 90-year-old scuzzy, stinky dude that smells like urine. And then the kids are gonna get the business in a year or two, and you know, the greasy old dude dies. And you know, the kids are gonna drive that business even more greed-driven than the dad, right? So the fastest way to make money is to use AI, and then look at the people using AI, right? The least physical, your physiology is a joke, right? Your genetics are a joke. But this is the way, right? We've allowed these people through, like the internet, basically. We allowed the internet to take over, right? We allowed people to run this fake scam with Bitcoin, which, as you know, it's a scam. Only the people at the very top, the first investors will ever make money. And if you look around, they've already made the money and dumped the coin, right? So now they've just left all you swirling in a cesspool, trying to figure out how to make back even half your money that you've lost, right? It's a sad, sad world. But you'll always see people, and of course they have to make it. They have to have somebody who has followers. They have to make some money so that they can go and promote and parakeet what these large social media platforms want you to, right? They're all run by the same dude who is inflating, at one time it was Dogecoin, right? Elon Musk was a big Dogecoin investor and it made it big, and now what? It's 3 cents. It's a cent for a Dogecoin, right? So, and Elon Musk made a fortune off Dogecoin. A fortune. How come you didn't, right? So it's the same thing. Ice Poseidon, CX coin. Ice Poseidon used YouTube to do his. Like, YouTube never got sued for their involvement in Ice Poseidon's scam, right? So people in England lost 5, 6, 10,000 pounds. Young people, right? Young people watched Ice Poseidon. They were influenced by him. And then they went and bought coin, CX coin, and then Ice Poseidon pulled out all of his investment, and the CX coin dropped. And this is the way it was. You look back on Jake Paul and Logan Paul, why you haven't really heard from them on social media, only in the fighting ring, because they screwed up in the CX coin and the cryptocurrency. They screwed up. They also promoted people. A bunch of people got caught promoting cryptocurrency. They had cryptocurrency of the coin they were promoting. They made money and then cashed out. They cashed out, made money, and then they dumped it, right? Called a pump and dump, right? You pump up and inflate something, make the stuffed pig look like it's worth money. Then when you get all the people, the suckers actually, to invest in you, you pull out all your money when it's at its highest point that it's ever been. You pull out all your stocks, cash them in, sell them, trade them, sell them, whatever you did with them, they're gone now. And now you're sitting on, now people are sitting there and they're like, oh, today I lost 30% of my CX coin stock, or my Dogecoin stock dropped 45% this morning. Oh. Next day, 87% of my money, of my income that I invested, my investments are gone. The third day, 105% of your investments are gone. You literally owe them money, right? So, think about it. This is happening around the world right now. And these sites are responsible, right? How did Elon Musk get the word out? How did any of you find out about Dogecoin, right? You're trying to tell me there's 0 videos on YouTube of Elon Musk promoting Dogecoin, right? But then they're going to be like, oh yeah, but Elon Musk didn't even have a website. It was somebody else who reposted a video. Well, YouTube, you're responsible for monitoring and taking care of the platform that could be ripping off an entire population of people. You see what I'm doing here? And then that's just Dogecoin. Do you want to know the problem with online casinos? Do you want to know the problem with online casinos? So you know Soda Poppins or whatever his name was? He was the reason I started watching YouTube so many years ago. And for the record, I've won more than Soda Poppins on online roulette tables. I've won 10,000 on a single spin of roulette. But I don't sit here and talk about it and show it. And trust me, it's not, you can't, most people will never have the opportunity to see the screen say won 10,000. Anyway, back to it. that stuff, those people have an affiliate, so they make 40% of all the losses you make, right? So if you use their affiliate code, they get some of them get up to 40% of your money when you lose, right? So they literally are profiting off of you, off of your back. 99% of the time, go look at online casinos, how often they pay out. It is a percentage point. So basically, they're ripping off 98% of the players, or 98.2% of the players that use that promo code. This is the math, bro. So remember, when you think you're watching someone who's, leading you the right way, just remember it's completely the wrong way. And these platforms know what they're doing. And they're basically ruining lives by allowing you to view something that they portray as this is how it is, but it isn't. It isn't. Not only that, some of these online casinos are rigged. You can Google this. Some of these online casinos are rigged to the highest nines. So, is it money laundering at that point? If an online casino can rig the machine, if they know Jeff from Alberta is playing and Jeff is dating Buddy's wife, and Buddy's wife backdoors him 50 grand every month in whatever merchandise from her shop. It doesn't even have to be cash, right? She can literally send food your way every month, $50,000 worth of food. Well, Jeff, the guy's wife, that she's backdooring the casino owner or one of the casino reps. This is how it works, man. And if you think it doesn't stop there, you go to a stock market, you get somebody in politics like Pelosi, you get her husband who's into stocks, and then she comes out with these laws. So governments create laws that govern tech industries. And overnight, a law could change the way a person buys or sells stocks. But if they have a heads up on that, like Nvidia, for instance, if you Google Nancy Pelosi stock corruption with her husband, Nvidia, the graphics card company, if you can figure out how to spell that, Nvidia, Nancy Pelosi, her husband is filthy rich just in the last couple of years because of this. So the people out there that watch different people, you're the cause of 3/4 of the problems in the world because you sit so blindly by and idly by. The most important thing is, do you want to know the difference between a good man and a bad man? A bad man does wrong all day. A good man will always stand up and say that's a bad man. He's done wrong all day. To the ones that think they're good men, but tuck tail, cower, and say nothing while bad men rule this world, you're the scum of the earth. You're the reason that this world is overrun. Because you have said nothing, you have done nothing, full on knowing the evil persists and exists in your realm, and you've done nothing to out them. It's you that is the evil. Not the true evil, but you follow in the evil's footsteps because for many reasons. You may be protecting your livelihood, which you think is everything. It's just money, right? You have a choice of doing the right thing, saving all these people from poverty, or taking the money that the evil boss pays you and not whistleblowing on them. Your jokes, your peons. So, and remember, most people in this world will do anything for an almighty dollar. Anything. If you owe somebody money, look, I'll tell you stories. There's videos of these things. The first 24 hours or first 48 hours, my wife watches these shows all the time. I walk in the room and there's a guy sitting down at the table and you can tell he's guilty. You can tell this guy's guilty. He's got a super low IQ and he's probably been sitting there for an hour or two in a white room. He hasn't had any caffeine or anything, so he's edgy. And the cop says to him, this is a true, this happened. This was on the first 48. This was one of the episodes last month or 2 months ago that I saw. I saw part of it with my wife. But I was blown away by the low IQ on this guy. So the cop says to the guy, he says, so you done this, right? You took out your friend? You owed him money? And the guy's like, I didn't owe him the money. No, nothing. I didn't owe him nothing. And the guy's like, well, it says here there's a ledger. There's a ledger. A ledger is, for all you incompetents out there, large enough. A ledger is someone who keeps track of how much people owe other people. It's the books. So the guy's caught now. And it says here in this ledger that the deceased, the one that you threw over the bridge, the cop doesn't say it like that, but this is what happened. He says, it says here you owe him $500, and it says today's date. And the guy looks at him, what? What? No, I don't. I don't know him. I didn't owe him nothing. And the guy's like, well, you don't have to pay him now because he's dead. And then the guy's like, well, what? I didn't know. Meanwhile, the cop says to him, well, we've now pinged your cell phone, and your cell phone is actually still in the deceased's home that you say you never went to that day. And the guy's like, what? Somebody stole my phone this morning. He's like, well, did they also make 2 phone calls to your mom just before the phone entered this area of town? And he's like, huh? Did they then make a phone call to your ex-wife at the grocery store where she's stocking shelves? And he's like, huh? He's like, actually, we have the phone call recordings, and it's your voice on the phone. It's you talking. So what time did you say your phone was stolen? And this goes on, and this guy's IQ is so low. He's pricked himself like a porcupine, like a dog running into a porcupine 90 times. This guy's got quills on the front of his nose, on the back of his ass, on the front of his back, on the back of his tail. He's been poked everywhere, and this cop obviously knows he's hit the jackpot. This is the easiest case he's ever had to come to a conclusion of in an hour. He's got this one down. All the evidence. He's already done the write-ups, did the legwork, and he looks at the guy and goes, you did it. Just tell us why you did it. Was it a heat of the moment thing and all this? And the guy's like, I never did it. I never did it. And then they look at him, and the guy has drips of blood on his collar, and his sleeve, and he's like, so if we test that blood's gonna be yours? And he's like, what blood? He's like, those 3 spots of blood by your collar, and then you have some on your wrist. And the guy's like, he doesn't say anything, he's looking. That's ketchup. And the guy's like, oh, we'll definitely be testing that. We'll get you a clean shirt here in a minute. And the guy starts trying to rub the stuff, and the guy's like, stop, put your hands on the table. It was awesome. As I kept watching. And the guy's like, if you move your hands again, we will detain you and put you in cuffs and take your clothes by force. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, obviously they need that shirt, right? And they don't want him tampering with it, but you can't, there's nothing you can do about it. So so they grab the guy's shirt, they give him a different shirt, and the chick comes in, takes the shirt, and she puts it in an evidence bag. She marks it. And the guy says something, goes, just 1 second, he goes and talks to the girl. He's like, yeah, run, put as speediest as you can. Try and get this back by the end of the day. This stuff doesn't work like that. The guy comes back into the room, and the guy's like, so what if I had an altercation with this guy just before he went missing? And the guy's like, well, what time was it at? And the guy's like, well, it's interesting that you say that because your cell phone and his cell phone were in the same location at 12:35 p.m. in the afternoon near this bridge. And the guy's like, and if you said the altercation happened at 11 and you went home after that, then how come your 2 cell phones were together at this one location? The guy's like this. You can just see his head trying to think of something like, and he just sits there, and it's just like, and this is the type of people, the thievery, the conniving that happens here, right here on YouTube. The low-level IQ trolling is fierce on this platform. Not with me, but I watch it. I watch other channels that get trolled heavily, just so I can see who are the worst on YouTube. And I'll never comment on the videos, so they never see that I'm there. There are other channels I've been to where it's just like, I don't know, 60-year-old men that have lost all their teeth from doing BHO. You know, all of their teeth are gone. And I guess those are the ones where I'm always like, how does this dude claim he's healthy with one tooth in the center of his mouth and it's pitch black, you know? Just gross, you know? What's also gross is people that whiten their teeth and they get their teeth bleached. To me, that's just disgusting. Go drink some bleach if you get your teeth bleached, because that's what you're doing, right? Bleach is disgusting. It's a chemical. You don't put that in your body. You never should. Why are you bleaching your mouth with bleach? Like it's, and they're like, oh, do you want the bleach? I'm like, no, I want to live actually. Thanks for asking that. But now, like most of the people, if I ever go, like when I get to the dentist, it says right on my thing, basically, don't ask this guy. This guy will tell you that you're basically trying to kill him. Like there's tons of reports on fluoride and all this stuff. You still, when I go to the dentist to get my teeth cleaned, they say that, like, all I hear in the background is, hey, do you want the fluoride? Do you want your teeth bleached? It's like everybody, they're like, well, how much is it? I don't know, it's cheap. I mean, you get your teeth whitened, you know? And they're like, yeah, okay, I better get them whitened, yeah. It's like, what do you think your teeth are supposed to look like after 50 years of chewing vegetables and food? Like, they're gonna look different, bro. They ain't gonna look all nice, white, and pearly when you're 49 years old. Like, anything less, you look fake. You come across as a fake human that probably doesn't value their insides very much, right? Like your body is a place that you should care for, right? You shouldn't put metal through your body. You should never, ever put any sort of ink on your body. There's, for many reasons, but did you know your body has, there are points on your body that can be manipulated with metal, but there are many points on your body that you should never, ever, ever stick a piece of metal. Like, for instance, your ears. You can Google this and watch stuff on this. You have to make sure you go to people that actually understand the human body. There are certain, you know how the earth has ley lines? Well, your body has certain special points on your body where you should never stick metal through it. You can actually do harm to your body, your physical structure, your organs, the way your body's, you have a circulatory system and you have a nervous system. You can damage your nervous system when you place piercings in your ears. There are certain points you can put something in your ear where it's okay, but those places, no tattoo shop knows where these places are. No tattooist, no person. You would have to go to somebody who is in India they have these, like a Buddhist temple. Like, you go to these places and they understand the energy that runs through your body and courses through it and where this stuff it can go. Now the exact same thing lies with tattoos. Ink on your body, any sort of ink on your body in certain places, especially when you put the needle into your body, you're doing two things. You've hurt your nervous system and you've hurt your circulatory, because it's ink, right? The sun can't penetrate the melanonin can't melanonin. I can't say that word right now, but I don't know why. I've always known it, but apparently right now it's slipping. I've not good night's rest, but this happens. Oh, just so, you get these, people will come up to you and be like, yo, you want to get tattoos this weekend or something? And you're like, yeah, sure, bro. Yeah, let's go get matching tattoos. But the outcome of that is, you could have put that tattoo in a spot where you could permanently have damaged your circulatory system, because of your nervous system, everything is connected. Okay, do we really have to have this part of the conversation? Everything plays off each other. So when something is out of whack, it puts other things, maybe other things uptake less. Maybe you've permanently damaged your nervous system by getting tattoos on certain parts of your body. Same with piercings. You could have forever damaged your nervous system or your circulatory connections that your body has with itself. Go look this up. They say to you, you should never put any metal in your body. Second, you should never get any tattoos unless they're placed by a master, right? And there's no master tattooist. That's not how it works. These ancient places where you've got people from Maui and New Zealand and places like that, there is an ancient art to this for a reason, right? And if you think where we are right now is the smartest time on earth, you're jokes. You're all jokes. This is probably one of the dumbest times on earth right now, this very second. The population is being dumbed down at a record pace. The populace of where we live is dumbed down daily. Did you know back in the day, we have lost our mathematical ability to build. We cannot build the buildings of the past today, which instantly gives you if you have any brains, it instantly tells you that what is happening right now in this world, we are by far absolutely less intelligent, less intellectual than we were then, when we built the Sphinx, when we had free energy, when the trolley cars were all run off electricity. We went to coal in the 1900s. There was trolley cars everywhere. We stopped running trolley cars and went to coal burning. And now here we are, we're back to electric again. So what happened in the 1900s? That we had no ability to use the technology that was available then for the masses. And I'll ask you this, if you think this happened by accident, you're even dumber than expected. This was their plan, to dumb you down to this point for full slavery in 2030, 2050, full unadulterated slavery, and you will be happy about it. You will eat bugs, own nothing, and be happy. These are the words that are posted online for you to read, but most of you have too many shows on Netflix to watch today. Rather than going and learning about the track that our future is on right now, it's more important for you to go check out a Netflix movie today. Or to sit for 4 or 10 hours and play video games. Or to sit and watch sitcom shows and evil, sadistic old men tell you news stories that they're not even true. And this is, you love this kind. You love this kind. It just sickens me to the ends of the earth. Knowing what I know, I don't feel bad about my choices I've made. I'm so happy, in fact, to know that people made the wrong choice. You know, people have made a horrible choice for their future. Rather than listen and pay close attention to the ones who actually care about you, you went and followed the masses, and you will be led to the bottoms of the earth like the rest of them. The people who learn and they walk away from this, they walk away from what you learn about and understand this is. I can honestly say that there are no cool people live streaming that I want to go and hang out with. I don't actually know anyone who live streams that's super cool. Vadson that speaks English, I should say. Vadson is a cool guy, but he's Russian, so I have no clue what he's saying the whole time. When he talks English, I understand him, but he mostly talks Russian on his show. I can't follow a show that's completely Russian or completely Ukrainian or completely East Indian. I don't know your language, right? So it doesn't appeal to me, right? And it actually throws me off. I'm trying to concentrate and watch the video, and then I hear all this language I don't understand, and it makes my brain think. It's too much for me to concentrate and watch a video, right? But I do think that people who are on YouTube who try to make videos in the future, I think you'll be greatly disappointed with what you encounter on here. The viewers who watch YouTube, I'm not going to say low IQ, but most are uneducated. So you'll come across, like I know for a fact I live on a plane, an ethereal plane, an enclosed system with a dome, and it's on a turtle's back. Now, I've done the research to figure this out, right? I've researched, I've used mathematical equations to quickly and absolutely realize that the sun is not 96 million miles away. You're daft as you don't even know. Any ship's captain, any pilot knows this. The reason you've never seen a live stream video of space, the reason the astronauts who came back from the moon couldn't decide whether it was really bright in space or pitch black when the three of them sat at the table on a YouTube video nudging each other with elbows. So you can see that these are all actors, and most of everything you've ever seen is propaganda put in place by the richest people, the Wizard of Oz. Behind the curtain lies the smallest, greasiest old man you ever imagined. There's a curtain on YouTube, there's a curtain on TV, there's a curtain on Netflix, there's a curtain in movies for a reason, to hide the old, greasy white man that lies to you daily. I'm gonna make breakfast today. I'm gonna make lentil soup and toast with basil, plant-based butter. Super tasty. I love that kind. I got some pressing matters to get to here, so I've done several satchels 3, 4, or 5 here, so I'm gonna get these going. As I am, of course, the greatest daily live streamer in the world. I was your host with the absolute most. But now it's time for this show to come to you. Whew. OMG, brah. I just, like, how are the batteries so out of juice that there's just no chance it can hit the off button just one time? I think I found my culprit. It's a Kirkland Costco battery. And even this tripod is from Costco. So right now Costco's trying to put as many businesses out of place. How do they do it? They sell the same products as most stores sell, but they sell it way cheaper than other stores. So the other stores go out of business because they didn't get any sales. And Costco will eventually make all the money because they'll make money for now off their membership, but when the time comes, they'll eventually make a fortune once they own all the grocery stores in the world. That's the way the world works, yo. Never forget, okay?